Hi everyone, welcome to my craft room this afternoon. So today I've been using the Happy Harvest Blessing sheet. So the design sheet comes with the 3 toppers, and I've also included some flowers. And I had a lovely message from one of the ladies on Facebook asking for ideas on what to do with the flowers, so I thought I would do a little video. So first of all, I'm going to show you the cards that I've made using that design sheet yesterday. So this is your regular 5-inch square card, and I've done full instructions for this over on the Facebook page if you would like to have a look. I did a tent card with one of the smaller toppers. These 2 toppers are those 2 on the design sheet, and then the large topper I made a Z-fold card. So let's get started and I'll show you what to do with these flowers. So I'm going to take some scissors and snip those out. Now I have dexterity problems, I have arthritis in my hands, so I've already been doing quite a lot of cutting today, so I'm going to swap over and use my Martha Stewart snips. They're just a lot easier on my hands, especially when I'm doing a lot of detail work. So because there's no black line on these, there's no hard and fast rules. You can cut as near to the edge, but you don't have to worry about it because there's no guidelines. It's things sometimes when you're trying to form stamped flowers, if you've inked the stamp with a dark ink pad, sometimes I find it quite difficult to cut the outline. Sometimes you cut a little bit off, or if the outline's quite thick, it's hard to get it nice and even all the way around. So these are great because there's no rules to say where to cut. Now obviously I'm speeding things up for the video. If I was doing this normally, I would take my time and cut them out a little bit better, but you'll get the idea. So there's different looks you can do with these flowers, and I'll show you what I mean when I come to put them together. But you can do lots of little tricks with the cuts as well to make them look different. And we'll do another one. Now because these are on the design sheet, once you've downloaded it and saved it to your computer, it's there to use whenever you want it. So you can print these out as many times as you like. I was actually thinking of just doing a sheet of flowers. So if anyone wanted to do batch making of the flowers, that can do without wasting ink and printing out the toppers. Obviously the fall sentiment is obviously just for fall, but don't forget, when you have topper sheets with sentiments on, you don't have to just use it for fall. If you had one of them little circular toppers, or any shape, if you've got die cuts or punches, you could stamp your own sentiment on there and put it over the top, and then it could be for any occasion. Alright, so I've cut out my little flowers. Actually, I'll do the last one as well. Might as well. And then we've got 3 flowers, and I'm going to do them double layered can hopefully make each one different for you. There we go. Just get rid of these scraps. And I'm just going to take my tonic ball tool and foam mat, as you've seen me use on all of my flower forming videos. So we're going to start like with the die cut punch or punched ones, and I'm just going to snip into the centre. You're using the pollen in the middle as a guide to know how far to cut in. So if I turn that round, you can see I've not quite cut into the centre, but by giving the petal shape a little bit more definition, you're going to be able to get more shape out of it. So I'm just going to turn the flower over, and using the smaller end of my ball tool, I'm going to place the ball tool in and drag to the middle, to the end, and drag it to the middle, to the end, and drag it in. Then once you get to this stage, I'm just going to turn it over, and then I'm going to press right in where the pollen is. So same again, cut in towards the pollen. And you don't have to use these flowers for 3D flower forming, you can use them flat. They're really nice if you have, say, a card with a pretty insert in the middle. You could always add your little flowers and glue them down flat to decorate your inserts. You could decorate the back of your cards with them. You could even use them to decorate your envelopes if they're not going in the mail. The tighter you get that little bud, when you turn it round and press it in, you're going to get a lovely little flower shape. So I have turned my glue gun on, hopefully it's hot enough. There we go. I'm going to put a bit of glue on there, and what I'm going to do, just to protect the craft mat, as you can see I've got loads of glue, but I can't get these locally, so I'm going to have to look after the one I've got. So I'm going to put a bit of card down first, and I'm just going to place that little flower over the top, and then with my ball tool give it a press in the middle. And then I've got my little 3D flower. So that's that one. We'll wait for that to cool down, and I'll show you some ideas for decorating the centre of it. So I'm going to take my snips again, cut in towards the pollen, and then with this one what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip in towards the pollen, I'm going to snip into the petal. So it's got three little bits. So we'll try that again, in short this time. Sorry about that. Snip in towards the pollen, and again, so you've got your three little. Sorry about the state of my hands today. I've been inking most of this afternoon. I've got lovely walnut ink stain all over my fingers. So this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the base layer the same, the base flower, shape into the middle, into the middle. The more you do this, the quicker you will get it, and before you know it, you'll have loads done. Right, so the same with this, but I'm going to swap, and I'm going to use the larger end of the ball tool, and I'm just going to literally drag it into the centre, press down, then turn it over the same as you do with the others, and that will give you a frilly top petal effect. Same again, a little bit of my cool melt glue off my glue gun, put a little bit of purple card down just to protect my foam mat, And I'm just going to pull that in place. Now, I didn't mention this, but when you're doing your layers of your flowers, you want to be alternating where your petals are. So I've got this one here and here, and then the next layer I've got right in between. It just helps give it a better profile and it looks more realistic. So that one there, the petals turned the other way around, so I'm just going to give it a little twist. There's your second flower. And then the third one, I'm going to cut into the pollen all the way around. Into the pollen. And then what I'm going to do with this layer is I'm going to pinch it up. Pinch it up towards you. It's quite fiddly, but once you've done it a few times you'll get used to it. And then I'm going to pop the smaller end of the ball tool into the centre of this one to bring up the petals. A little bit of glue, offsetting the petals again with the centre. And then we've got our 3 little flowers done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add I'm going to add the last of my Tonic Nouveau crystal drops to the centre, and I'm just going to give it a little bead. Right in the middle. On some white paper, hopefully be able to see them a bit better. And then what I could have done with these is I could have popped them on my card. There you go, so there's a couple of ideas. I could have used my glitter pens as well. That copper really works well with this design sheet, and I could have just literally popped a little bit of glitter on the petals as well, just to add a little bit of sparkle on my Wink of Stella. So yeah, I just wanted to show you a couple of things to do with those little flowers. You don't have to just use them flat. You can do your little bit of 3D flower forming as well. So I hope you like this little video, and I hope it explains why I've put random flowers on the design sheet and give you some ideas of what you can use them for. Well, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.